I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Madison Solid Rock 94.1 JJO and JJO Discover New Music. And joining me today, very excited, Cody. The QUI is a pain. Quistad?
First try, yeah, you got it. Quistad.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you got it.
We're on a first name basis because we're buddies, Cody. So let's get right to it. From Wage War, here to talk new album, Stigma. Very exciting. Let's talk new music, man. Let's get right into it. Then we'll have a little fun at the end of this. Stigma, fifth studio album. What maybe stood out in making Stigma compared to previous works from the band? Anything notable?
I think a lot notable. I think in some ways, like feels like a maybe like a mission statement rebrand. I think for us, I think when we came into this record, leading up to this record, I feel like the sonic landscape of our band is like pretty wide, right? We've got an acoustic record, and then we've got songs that are like 6-minute breakdowns. You know, like we kind of are all over the place, and I love that about our band. And I think more than anything, we really wanted to like have our thumbprint and like further define like what is the Wage War sound, like what did we do, what is our thing. And I think going into this record, we really wanted to make it just that. And so we did 10 basically entirely different songs, all sprinkled in with what we normally do and some new stuff in there. But, kind of 2024 versions of where we feel like we're at as musicians and songwriters. And yeah, I mean, the goal of the record was really to make something that broke out of the stigma or the kind of box that a lot of people put like heavy bands into, or like genre specific, like, you know, whatever people call us metalcore, metal, like whatever, hardcore, post-hardcore, like people always have like genre titles, right? And I think for us, we just wanted to make a record that transcended that in a bunch of ways, not just in like, is it more melodic, is it more heavy? Like we just kind of wanted to further what we do, but also have our thumbprint in there.
Was that maybe a harder headspace creatively to get into? Because when you're ready to be like, all right, guys, let's find us. I mean, we know Wage War. Was it a more challenging headspace to get into creatively for the album?
I don't think so. I think after On the Heels of Manic, specifically the song, I remember sending that demo to the guys 4 years ago, and Chris was like, oh, this is cool. Who's this for? And I was like, this is for us. And he's like, what? So, you know, with that song in general was like a big risk for us, at least like sonically at the time. It was like quite a step in a different direction for us. And I think once we decided to like really put ourselves behind it, we named the album that. It was the title track, came out album release day. And since that day, it's been the highest streaming Wage War song every single month. We've closed with it for years. Like it's the one that you start, you know, that intro comes and everyone's just like, you know what I mean? So I think on the heels of that, I feel like we kind of gave ourselves permission to like, let's just go with what we're feeling. Because if we're not excited about it, it's going to come through in the music, and we're going to make an uninspired record. And if we are excited about it, I truly believe that comes through in the songs and in the record process and stuff like that. So to just be in a spot where we were looking at each other in the studio, it was like, I can't believe we're doing this. It's super exciting, honestly.
What I'm gathering is for you guys as the band is the most Wage War you could be at this point.
100%. That is the best way I've ever heard that said.
There you go. The wagiest war Wage War could be.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
you
put that in our.
Yeah,
we need that on the sticker that goes on the album. This is the wagiest war that Wage War could possibly wage.
Yeah, if you want to quote me on that, and then like below, might have had a stroke while saying this, that would be fun.
Yeah, good luck reading this.
Yeah, good luck. You'll be confused. Well, and let's now talk about the tracks on there. What song really speaks to you? Do you have one that really is kind of like, oh yeah, you know, or just it really resonates with you from this latest album?
Yeah, I mean, I guess Magnetic is a pretty good one, you know. It's kind of resonated differently for everyone, which I think is really cool, because it's kind of got this very general concept. You know, the concept of the song is not groundbreaking, and I realize that, but just the overall acknowledgement of like sometimes no matter what you do, you just can't seem to get away from certain people in your life. And sometimes it feels like fate, and sometimes it feels like, you know, like unfortunate circumstances or whatever. But I feel like that's something that has rung true to me throughout my life. You know what I mean? And it's showed its face in different ways, whether it's relationships or, you know, family trauma or friendships or whatever that might be. But I feel like that is to this day maybe something that I feel and hopefully most people still kind of find themselves in that situation.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I know when you're so close to everything, it's kind of hard. You don't want to feel like, oh, are the other songs going to hear that I didn't pick them like a child? But it's okay.
Yeah, my 10 children.
Right, there
now.
you go. Yeah, for now.
Nick Cannon.
Which, by the way, he just like insured his genitals, I think, or something like that. Crazy.
That's a cool move right there.
I mean,
who's doing that?
It's kind of baller. When, like, obviously he has too many kids. He's being irresponsible, but to put an insurance policy on your genitals, that's kind of a baller move. I do have to give him that one. Actually, new song idea for you. We'll call it Genital Insurance, and that'll be just heavy. It'll be great.
Yeah, and we call it Balls to the Wall.
Balls. Fantastic. I can't wait. Next album. Let's focus on this one.
Yeah.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Brock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.
I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Let's talk about the band here quick too, obviously, because it leads into what I want to ask is, other than a small lineup change in 2013, it's been the same 5 guys for the last 11 years, not to mention with Seth, you, and Brighton from the beginning. How does that kind of relationship you guys have developed over a decade and then some, how does that affect and get us to where we're at with Stigma and this latest album and what you guys have worked for?
Yeah, I think that's something that we like pride ourselves on, and I think it comes through on stage and even the music sometimes, is we've always really prioritized our relationships with each other, and we've also been through the slums together. Did Warped Tour in a van in 2016, which I am sure I have years off of my life for. We drove ourselves like 3 months of like basically no sleep, like no showers.
Yep.
Running merch, unloading the truck every morning. Like it was crazy. Not even that's the lowest we've been. I mean, we've just really truly been to the bottom. Financially struggling for money, and the cliches of the musician life are absolutely true. It can get really dark, and I think at those moments, really all we had was each other. And now that life is going a lot better, we get to tour on a bus and we have crew and, we live in houses, you know what I mean? Like I think it's important to us. And honestly, we still have to check ourselves sometimes. Like even when everything's going good, like I'm a pretty emotional person just in general. Like I'm the first guy to be like, I love you guys. You know what I mean? Like that's my vibe. So I'm very sentimental. And I think it's really important that we always keep that same headspace of like, even though we're on our 5th record and, it's turning out to be the most successful one we've ever done. For me, I still have that same mindset of like, we're just getting started, baby. Like, let's get to the next level. Let's do the next thing. Manic brought us into arenas. We got the tour with Slipknot. That was incredible. And so it's like, now you got that taste and it's like, all right, let's keep going. Like, how do we make Wage War like a full blown arena band?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it comes with levels, but yeah, staying close, and we do it every single record. I feel like there's been moments where we just kind of, have a talk somewhere while we're making the record. I remember on Pressure, we went to Venice Beach at night and just talked about the record, and like we always find those moments and pockets where we just like band together. And so I think that is, if not the most important, one of the most important parts about our band and why I believe that we are where we are.
I love it, man. Well, I know people are waiting with bated breath for Stigma. Very exciting. The 5th from Wage War. Cannot wait to hear more. I'll wrap it up. The important stuff before we fool around for just a little bit. It's 20 years from now. You look back on the career of Wage War. Let's shoot for it. Multiple Grammys, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all that good stuff.
Yep.
When you look back at the career, where do you think Stigma stands on that?
I hope that people see it as like almost. So we really toyed with. Actually, this is a fun fact. I haven't talked about this yet, but we almost toyed with this being a self-titled and not. And usually that feels like a lazy move because, like, well, I don't know what to call it, self-titled. But I really think for us, this is like. I feel like this is a really great snapshot of our band and everything that we have done for the past 4 records. It has all of those elements. Plus new elements, and I think places that we want to go. And I feel like when people look back at this record, like I want it to be like our Black album. You know what I mean? Like people are like, man, they like really found themselves here and like really found like the groove. Like this is unapologetically Wage War. It doesn't sound like this band or this band or this band. Like this is Wage War, and this is where they really found themselves. And so I would love for that to be the legacy of Stigma. And then I hope that record 6 is even better. And I have to say that again. But for now, I feel very confident, and I hope people love this record as much as we do, because we certainly worked hard and put a lot of thought into all the pieces of it.
I love it. I think we can put a seal on that. Perfectly said. Again, Stigma, June 21st, Wage War. Looking forward to hearing more from you guys, and wish you the best in the upcoming years and all that good stuff. And obviously, we're going to see plenty more of you. So this is goodbye. We'll see you later. Before I let you go, we're going to do rapid fire. I do this with everyone, and we'll get to know Cody Quistad of Wage War a little bit more. There's no wrong answers. You go with your gut.
Yeah, I'm throwing fire off the mound, dude.
All right, so let's kick it off easy. Baked potato or mashed potatoes?
Mashed.
Damp jeans or soaked socks?
Damp jeans.
Damp jeans.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, hold on, I can't remember. No, soaked jeans, damp socks. Either way, it sucks, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're both terrible. I feel like you'll get chafing from the soaked jeans, but
yes.
Nothing's worse than every step being like,
right.
I can't deal with that.
Would you rather see Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster?
Bigfoot for sure.
Now you're from was Osceola,
Ocala.
God, I was way off. Any Bigfoot site? I know you have a ton of horses down there. I think you guys got horses everywhere. Any Bigfoots that you've seen?
Not specifically, but the Ocala National Forest is definitely full of some serious creatures. They've got I think they call them the rainbow people, and it's like this culty. I could be blowing this, by the way, but I'm pretty sure it's like this. People like live in the woods, and it's like weird, like cannibal type stuff.
Really?
I think so. So maybe Bigfoot's there. I don't know.
Right. He's
the leader.
He's the leader. Yeah. Disco or techno?
Ooh, probably techno.
Techno? All right.
Yeah.
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Probably one horse-sized duck. Ducks are mean.
They are.
Wait, horse-sized duck or
horse-sized duck? So a big-ass duck or a bunch of little tiny horses? Or not tiny. I mean,
ducks aren't tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, one horse-sized duck. I think I could probby hit him with the 1-2.
You're a Florida boy. You've probably had to fight one. It just had to way to school one day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's how I get out my front door.
That's right. Damn you. Horse get out of here. All right. Thank you for humoring me. More importantly, Cody, thank you for talking new music again. Stigma, Wage War. Go get it when it's out, and can't wait to chat more with you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for believing in Magnetic and helping us grow this thing. Really appreciate it.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Brock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.